What is going on, everyone? This is CGC Comics coming at you with another video. This is my second video, so if you've seen the first one, thank you so much for watching. My first video was a long box reveal. I got 3 free long boxes and I revealed all the comics in the first one. I'll be doing the other 2 later, but wanted to kind of take a break from a long video and do something a little bit shorter. For this video, I have a stack of graded books from CGC. The first 3 are books that I got re-slabbed because 2 of them were damaged and 1 of them was in one of the older cases, so wanted to kind of share with you that, as well as because sometimes if you get it regraded, sometimes they get you with a lower grade, but obviously hopefully for the same grade or if not better. And then the rest of them, these other 10 books, are books that I actually got graded about a month ago. These books I wanted to share when I first received it, but I wasn't ready at the time, so you'll get to see these books. I'll kind of surprise the grade and kind of explain what they are, but really excited to share my first experience and what the results were. So with that said, let's go ahead and go to the first one here. This first book I got, this one was a regrade as I shared. This one is Immortal Hulk number 2. This is the first appearance of Dr. Fry. It's considered a legacy book for Incredible Hulk, so this is actually issue number 719. This book was a regrade. The bottom here was completely chipped, and I wanted to get it regraded because this was actually a two comic deal with the next book that I'm about to share. But this came back out as a 9.6. This was what originally was a 9.6, so I was really happy about it. I have an ungraded copy of it, so I might actually I might sell this one on my eBay shop, which is CGC Comics, so definitely check that out. Alright, this next book here is, you all should know this one. This one is Uncanny X-Men number 266, first appearance of Gambit and a Mystique appearance. This is the reason why I bought these 2 books. This one was also damaged and shipped in the bottom here, so I got this one regraded. Re-slabbed, and it came out as a normal grade, or the same grade as 9.4. So I actually have an ungraded raw book of this being graded as we speak. Should be back to me in the next few weeks. I'll be sharing what grade that one is, and whatever the higher one I'm probably going to keep, and the lower one I'm probably going to sell in my shop. This one I actually got a good deal on online, and this came in the old CGC slab, so I don't really like it because on the sides you're able to kind of crack those open and there could be some shady stuff going on, so I wanted to get this one re-slabbed in the more recent one, which is definitely more reliable. But this is Secret Wars number 8. This is the origin of the alien symbiote that eventually becomes Venom, the origins obviously of the black suit Spider-Man. So I was happy to get this one, and this one came back in the same grade of a 9.6. I also have another ungraded raw copy that's being graded at CGC as well. So same thing, if this one comes back as a 9.6 or higher, I'll keep, and I'll go ahead and sell this one. So these are the 3 books that I got re-slabbed for damages or just updating the case. Now these next 10 books I got graded on my own. It was definitely a fun experience, first time doing it. Got a little nervous sending off these precious books to a place and then having them come back in a grade that you're hoping for. So this first book is the current run of Amazing Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 1. This is the Premiere Variant Edition. It's kind of got like an off-colored wash. And I also got the Spider-Man graphic on there, which I thought was really cool. Paid a little extra on it, but wanted to kind of have that fun graphic on the certificate details. Yeah, this one I'm probably going to be selling on my online shop, but this one came out as a 9.8. So really happy about this one. It was definitely a great way to start the reveals of my graded books. Now the second one here is the exact same issue, Amazing Spider-Man number 1, but instead of the Premiere Variant Edition, this is just the straight up Virgin variant. I really like this cover, and I really like that it was the Virgin looks really clean and really nice. I actually have another Virgin variant being graded on CGC as we speak as well, so Hopefully I'll be receiving a similar grade of a 9.8 on this one as well. This one also has the Spider-Man graphic. Thought it would be a nice touch on it, and as it says over here, I don't think you can read it, but it says Virgin Edition. Something that's interesting to note about these ones with the graphics is that all the notes about it are actually on the other side. So usually where they have that information, where it says this is the Legacy of Amazing Spider-Man issue number 802, wraparound cover, usually that information is typically over here or here, but with the graphics everything's in the back. So I actually did a lot of those graphic things on these books, because why not? It was my first time. Wanted to do something a little special for it. Alright, so this one is Avengers 684. This is the first appearance or first announcement that the Hulk is immortal. I also added the Avengers graphic on this one as well. Thought this was really cool. I've been digging the Immortal Hulk run, so I decided to get the first book where he is revealed that he is immortal. But this one came out as a 9.8. So was happy about this one. Don't think it's really worth too much, but glad I got this part of my collection. The note on here, it says Hulk gains new powers and becomes Immortal Hulk. So there you go. Nice book. Alright, this next one is the 2014 run of Amazing Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 4. I believe this is there might be some other key things, but this one is definitely the first appearance of Cindy Moon, who is also Silk. Another book that I really like. I also have another one of these being graded as we speak, in addition to the other ones. Hopefully that this will come out similar grade, so I can hopefully sell this one as well. But this one came as a 9.8. Came with the Spider-Man logo as well. So really happy about my current run of books. I was so happy to see the streak of 9.8s. The note on this one is Cindy Moon becomes Silk, Black Cat, and Moreland cameo. So really happy about this one. This next book is a classic. Not much of a guy who grades DC books, but this one was definitely one I wanted to go for. This one was The Killing Joke. The first print. The note on here is Joker cripples Barbara Gordon, who's Batgirl, and Boss cover. There's actually a little bit of a line on the spine here, but it is a thicker book. Maybe they assumed that this was just natural for all books like this. I was kind of concerned if that was going to ding the grade, but it did not, as I got a 9.8 on this one as well. So I'm really happy to add this into my collection. It's a classic story. If you have never read it, strongly recommend you do. And this cover is a classic. I think there's like 6 prints of this one. So glad I got a first print of this at a 9.8. This next book is a book that I actually pulled from my brother's bookshelf or cabinet in our parents' room. This was a book that he got back in the 80s. And it just was there. He probably maybe read it a couple times. I remember opening it like once. But we basically had it untouched for the last couple decades. But yeah, this one is obviously X Factor number 6, first appearance of Apocalypse, Alliance of Evil, Frenzy, Stinger appearance as well. So a couple other things, but obviously the big thing is the first appearance of Apocalypse. Not sure what I was expecting on this. This book definitely doesn't really have too many ticks or creases or wrinkles. Wasn't sure what to expect, but I was actually happy to see that this was a 9.0. So a book that was actually stuck in a shelf with really no proper treatment and a regular poly bag and board for the last couple decades. Can't complain that this came at least as over a 9. So again, happy about this one. So this one is probably end up giving it back to my brother one of these days. Alright, well this next book, this is the book that got me back into collecting comics. I collected comics when I was younger, but this is actually a recent thing where I'm doing more, taking collecting a little bit more serious. But back in February I went to a local comic shop and I saw this in the back of the registry, and this is a comic of my favorite Marvel character. It's a first appearance, so I spent a little extra money on it, decided it was worth the investment, considering it's my favorite character, so I decided to get New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool. Also a Gideon and Copycat as Domino, and Richter leaves New Mutants. So this book, they when I first bought it, it was obviously ungraded. They said that this is based on their evaluation, it was either going to be a high 8 or low 9. Thought it was worth, what they were asking for was worth that type of grade, so I went ahead and got it. I bought it, eventually got it graded. I was really anxious about what the result was on this one, but this came out as a 9.2. Definitely kind of aligned with what they said. The thing is that although I bought this has a lot of sentimental value. I saw on eBay the same book, New Mutants 98, but it was a 9.6 signed by Stan Lee and Rob Liefeld. Had to get it. So I have 2 copies of this one. I might end up selling this one. I'm conflicted as this is the sentimental value, but we'll see how this goes, how much this goes for when they ever announce the Deadpool 3 movie, if that ever comes out, and if it gets integrated with the MCU at that time. It's probably a good time to sell high, so we'll see. We will see. This next book doesn't really have too much value. I got it as a cover buy, and I thought it was really cool. This one is Uncanny X-Men #1. This is the 2019 run, which ended after 22 issues. Not too long, but the legacy issue is that this is Uncanny X-Men #620. This is the Hidden Gem variant cover. It's also a wraparound cover. This is a very old school Cockrum variant. The sketch is really cool. There's a color version, but I really like the sketch one. And then it also, as a flip side, it just shows you like the old school characters, which I really, really liked. Again, this was a cover buy, and I figured I'd get this one graded too. But this one came out as a 9.8, so really happy to add this into my collection. Yeah, definitely gonna keep this one for a while. Alright, 2 more books here. This next one is the Infinity Gauntlet #1, issue 1, classic one. Obviously, I bought this on the high after the most recent Infinity War and Endgame movies, but really liked this cover. It's definitely a classic story. When I bought this online, I really liked the condition, and it came in. I thought there was no spine ticks, there weren't any creases, any folds. I was hoping for mid-9s, maybe a 9.4, 9.6. Came as a 9.0. I was kind of disappointed about this one. Was really hoping for something higher, but can't complain. Maybe I will go find a higher graded book in the future, but this one came as a 9.0. And last but not least, I bought this book out in LA earlier in May during Free Comic Book Day. There was a deal on it. Another cover buy, but thought this was really nice. This is a Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey. This is the In-Hyuk Lee Virgin Edition. I actually have the non-version as well. It was a 2-pack, so I decided to get both of them. And the other one is actually getting graded as we speak, so this is definitely going to be a collection or a set. And again, this was a cover buy. Never read the story. Thought this was a really, really cool picture or a drawing of Jean Grey as a Phoenix. Got this one graded at a 9.8. So I'm hoping the other one will also be a 9.8. And I don't know. Maybe we'll see if I want to keep them or sell them. But that's it. That wraps up this video. Again, this was 3 books re-slabbed, and then 10 books of my first time getting these books graded at CGC. Again, it was a great experience getting 16 books graded this time, so a lot more. Definitely going to be doing another video. Hopefully this time it'll be a reveal where I don't know the grades, so we'll be both surprised at the same time. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this content, please like, please subscribe, leave comments on your experience on CGC or what kind of books that you have that are graded that you're proud of. But with that said, thank you guys again so much for watching. Jangy Comics signing off.